Hey guys, welcome to the second to last ever walkthrough for ELA this week. Hopefully you had an awesome Memorial Day and you took time off. It is week 7. We've got this week and next week, and that's it. So we're going to hit the ground pretty hard this week and then wrap it all up. So you can read my update up here. One thing you'll notice is that our format for this week is different. So I'm just going to skim through this. I didn't even put it into days this week because number one, it's a shortened week, but also we're really like narrowing down our focus. There's 4 things you're going to do. So I didn't think it even needed to be broken down into days. You can kind of figure out what you want to do when. So first of all, each day, of course, make sure you're continuing to IR. Then getting into the legit stuff, this is your last week for Passion Project tracking. So you're going to update week 6, and then you're going to actually this time turn in your Passion Project in Google Classroom by the end of the week. I can't believe it's already done, but we're wrapping those up. In the same way, we are going to be finishing up writing and finishing up the rest of your essay. Last week, you wrote your thesis statement and your introduction paragraph. This week, you are going to write your body paragraphs and your conclusion paragraph. I am sharing with you a graphic organizer that kind of goes through steps in what you can put into a body paragraph. I would suggest looking at least at those steps. If you would rather just write an entire paragraph not broken up into subsequent pieces, I'm fine with that too, but make sure you look at this document to see what kind of things are going to go into your body paragraph. So just real quick, your essay prompt, same as last week, of course, is what should school really be like to be effective in the 21st century? You already wrote your introduction paragraph. You already wrote your thesis statement. So for this assignment, I am only going to require at least 2 body paragraphs. You don't need to have 3. If you want to do 3, you are going above and beyond in this case, and that's super awesome. But if all you have are 2 body paragraphs, that is my only requirement. So that is fine. Make sure you look back at your thesis statement to see what idea you're going to discuss first. Remember, the order of your thesis statement determines the order of your essay. So you're going to start with a topic sentence, of course. You're going to kind of lead into some examples or evidence of what it is you're talking about. So I don't know, if your essay is talking about how schools need to offer more real world classes, maybe you're going to discuss that on your own first, do your own thinking in this section, and then you're going to use a specific example or a specific piece of evidence that you found from an article next. Remember, you need to explain what it is you're using as evidence. So you can't just slap in there that, schools should offer wilderness survival classes and then move on. Afterwards, you need to kind of connect it and explain why that's important or what that would do. And then finally, you end your paragraph with a conclusion sentence. You do the same thing for body paragraph 2 with a different idea. At the end of that document is a spot for your conclusion paragraph. It walks you through the steps to do that. Really, you're just wrapping up your work, providing final thoughts, kind of referencing your thesis statement again, and there you have it. Again, if you would rather just type this into a separate Google Doc, that is fine too. Just make sure that you are submitting on Google Classroom your work for that. That's going to be an extra step if you do it on a different document to upload that, but that's totally fine. When you're done, if you do use that document as a brainstorming spot, you are going to create a completely separate Google Doc, or I saw that some of you use Google Doc to write your intro paragraph. That works too. You're just going to put all the pieces of your essay together, and you're going to make sure it's in MLA format. That's the double space, the your name, my name kind of deal. You should have millions of examples of that in your Google Docs at this point. But you're going to put that all together into one essay. This, when you turn it in, is going to be the final draft of your essay. So make sure you're going through and reading and looking for errors and that kind of thing. Yeah, consider it. I mean, it's your final paper. There is a spot that asks you to do a works cited. We have been working on writing annotated bibliographies, and you've already completed an annotated bibliography for 2 articles that relate to this assignment. One was about schools in New Zealand and one was about schools in Finland. For this, I am totally fine if you want to just add that annotated bibliography to the last page of your paper. Sorry about Mango, she's meowing in the background. You don't even have to change it because that's a skill that I wanted us to practice too, is an annotated bibliography. It's just a different type of that. So if you want to simply add that same document, that is fine too. That being said, as you're working, if you decide that you need to do some additional research, then you're going to have to add that on to whatever your annotated bibliography is. This checklist that I shared with you that I just was looking at goes through exactly what you need to have in your essay. And then there's a meets progressing or incomplete part. So I'm on this document, shocker, I have millions of tabs open. But is it organized? Is your thesis statement solid? Do you have at least 2 examples from research that are cited? Even if you're just doing a specific paraphrase, you do need to include a citation for that. That's the little bit that goes in parentheses after that. Make sure you're explaining your ideas, that they go together, they flow together, you've got your works cited, you're in MLA format, and that you've revised. Okay, so that is going to be your work for the week. It is really just building up into writing and completing that paper. Now, as always, our tasks are due on Thursday. I know though that by the time you get this, it's going to be Tuesday, so that's kind of a tight turnaround. I will be looking at these throughout the week, so as long as I get yours before the end of the week, then you should be good to go. There's just some fun stuff down at the bottom, and that is that. You guys are rocking this. I'm so proud of you. This is really about like getting one more practice in writing an argumentative paper or a paper in general. So do your best here and show everything that you have learned this year. Hey, I hope you guys had an awesome extended weekend, and I will see you like one final time next week.